Some people, by the way, have to have more than enough money to do what they want, when they want, where they want, with whomever they want, contribute the way they want. And if that's their must, they find a way. I know that sounds overly simplistic, but it's true. You know, somebody once said you can take all the money in the world out of the hands of everybody, out of all the wealthy people in the world who are really successful, give it to other people. It wouldn't take too long, those people would have it back in their hands. It's not because they're manipulative, it's because they have a standard. Some are manipulative, don't get me wrong, but they got a standard of what they're gonna find a way to make happen. I'm just simply saying to you, take those 3 magic words and live them. Raise your standard. And if you really wanna do it, then I'll tell you the most important secret. Have you ever done this? Have you ever told yourself you're raising your standard? Okay, I'm gonna go make this happen. I'm gonna go make this much money. I'm gonna transform my kids. I'm gonna create the ultimate relationship in my life. I'm gonna transform my body, whatever it is. And then you don't have strong enough reasons and you don't use it. You don't follow through. It's because you didn't back up your standards with what makes those standards real, and that's rituals. Rituals are where the power is. Whenever we do our Robbins results coaching, and we say Robbins equals results, the way we get results with people, it's the same way if you listen to my Ultimate Edge program, or back in the old days, Personal Power, or if you went to one of my seminars. You know what I do is I take these huge challenges you got and we break them down into little bite-sized steps. Little things you do each day that after you do them, you get so much momentum that it's easy to succeed. You're not overwhelmed. You have these victory day after day after day on little things. If you went to Ultimate Edge, I'm sure you learned about the hour of power, or the 15 minutes to be able to be fulfilled, or 30 minutes to thrive, where you literally just condition your body and emotion with a couple little rituals. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your world, you feel that strength, and it's not fake, it's not some pump up, it's coming from inside you, and it works. Rituals define us.
Now, we're looking at so many great people, but we're looking for the people that have the mental, emotional fitness, the chemistry, the psychology, to be able, no matter what they face, to turn it around. And that shows up more than your CV does, that's for sure. That shows up a hell of a lot more than telling us what you can do. It's feeling who you are. And so I think that's what you're going to experience from this event, and I really look forward to serving you, and I'm glad you're coming. And for anybody else who's dealing with this, listen, I know it feels overwhelming, but you know, my grandfather created Yogi Bear and the Flintstones. He was one of the original writers for Bozo the Clown, and he was a really amazing man. But I can tell you that there were stages where he lost his jobs, and one of those turned out to be the best. In fact, the people he went to work with were a group called Hanna-Barbera. If you remember as a kid watching those cartoons, some of the biggest cartoons in the company, both those guys, Hanna-Barbera, were fired for Warner Brothers, which was at the time the biggest and the dominant force in cartoons on earth, and they ended up being bigger than Warner Brothers. I mean, there is an opportunity when a crisis happens, because what it does is if you keep your head together, your strength, your emotion, your vitality, your energy, then it'll allow you to find something new. And what's new is always better. Just remember, you know, whatever's happened in your life, if you can develop a belief and a trust inside yourself or of your creator, that what's next is always better. That life is not happening to me. It may look like it's happening to me, but there's some gift in here and I'm going to find it. And you will get that from being in this event day and night for 4 days. And you're going to have a support system of people from all over the earth that'll become your friends. It's pretty gorgeous.
How many of you, be honest, have felt feelings at times and you were upset, but you didn't share it because you didn't know how, or you didn't share it because, well, you thought, well, maybe it's really about me, or you didn't share it because you didn't want to offend somebody even though you were mad or upset? How many have had that experience in the past? And when you don't share something, what happens when you just keep it inside and build it up? Yeah, it festers. Does it get better or worse? It gets a lot worse, and eventually what happens, then you blow up about something that could have been handled so much easier along the way. But then there's the other approach, which is you're looking for things on a regular basis to be able to give people feedback about. And some people develop that habit, or you communicate in a way where basically you're communicating your feelings, like you're upset, but do you always have all the information? No. And so you're making a decision about how to feel based on false information. How many of you have ever gotten upset and later on felt a little dumb because you found out you were upset about something really shouldn't have been upset about? So one philosophy says, keep it inside. The other philosophy says, well, get it out. Well, what if you get it out and then you find out you were wrong? By the way, do we like being wrong? No. So then what would we probably do? Justify, defend? Well, yeah, I didn't know that, but if you've done that before. Right? And that does not make a relationship work. Plus, that person gets upset. It's kind of like, anybody ever come up to you and say, why are you upset? And you go, I'm not upset. You go, no, yeah, you are. You go, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. Well, I'm getting upset. Okay, that also happens unless we're really clear. So what we're really going to do is we're going to start our whole basis of studying of communication to remember one thing, and write this in your notes if you would, and that is the quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your communication. The quality of your life is the quality of your communication, period. The quality of your life is the quality of your communication.
When people tell me, oh, I'm skeptical, I'm pessimistic, I usually look at them and say, let's be honest, you're gutless. And I'm not saying that to you, John, but if somebody comes to me in that attitude, I go, you're gutless. You know why I say that? Because it doesn't take any guts to be negative. It doesn't take any guts to be pessimistic. It doesn't take any guts to be skeptical. It takes courage to have faith. It takes courage to say, I'm going to try something. Because what you're really telling me, brother, and I'm not being harsh on anyone, what you're really telling me is you're afraid of being disappointed, and I get it. So many things overpromise and underdeliver. So if you want to know who I am, you don't have to watch how my lips move. Go online, go in our social media, read all the people that have been through the events and see how many hundreds of thousands of people saying it was the greatest experience of their life. Not it was good or it was really nice or I enjoyed it. People say it changed my life. So don't ask me. Go read or go talk to people online who've been to the events and so forth would be a way to do it. But in the end, there's no free lunch. You're going to have to do your part. And you got to be willing to take a risk of some sort and bet on yourself, or you're not going to make progress. But I get it if you're skeptical. I'm not here to try to convince you in any way, but maybe talk to people who've had the experience, because it's easy to be skeptical, because really we all want certainty. And if I could give you my 2 cents, John, the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. I'm going to say that again for all of you. Sounds really simplistic, but it's pretty profound in terms of when you understand what it really means. The quality of our lives is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty we can comfortably live with. See, if you have to be certain about everything every moment, you can't do squat. And if you're going to be alive, you got to grow, and you can't grow unless you're facing things where there's uncertainty.
Whatever it takes, something's going to make you laugh, smile, something's going to tease yourself, but something's going to move you to another level. If you identify yourself in a new way and you own that every day, and that becomes the standard of how you live, you'll find the way to make that standard real. Money's the same way. Think about it. It doesn't matter what's happening, quote unquote, in the marketplace. People that make money find a way to make money no matter what, don't they? I mean, most people's standard is to pay their bills. So that's what most people find a way to do, even when economic times get tough. Most people, if that's their absolute standard, they find a way. Some people's standard is pay their bills most of the time. And so most of the time they do. Some people's standard is not just to pay their bills, but to take care of their family and maybe even some of their friends. And they find a way. In fact, some people may be in a family where they don't have enough money. They barely have money to pay their bills. They work their guts out. And then somebody, their mother, their father, somebody else, their sister gets ill, and there's not enough money to take care of it. Nobody else has money in the family. They don't either, but they find a way to get that money to take care of their mother or father, don't they? And pay their bills. They never could do it before. Why? The situation made them raise their own standard. And not everybody does that. Somebody else in the family might have money and still not take care of their mother. It all comes down to the inner game, my friends. Changing your life is a change in the inner game. The outside world you can't control, but you have absolute control over this one if you learn the dynamics of what shapes you. And identity is one of those simple, clear, fundamental basics that if you start to shift it, everything else will shift in your life as well.
What are you playing this game for? What's your passion? What's your drive? What's your purpose? What's your purpose for playing this game? Why are you doing what you're doing?
If y'all gonna be great on that field, you gotta have a why. You gotta have a reason for why you do what you do.
You are phenomenal. You are beyond measure. I need you to act like it. No alarm clock needed. My passion wakes me up.
It becomes necessary for us to excel in this. It's not a hope anymore. It's not a preference. It's a must. It becomes so necessary that it connects with our identity, that we feel it is necessary for me to deliver with excellence here because that is who I am. This topic, this thing I'm doing, I care about this, I want to master this. And when we hit that, game changer.
we all have two people. We have the easy voice, which is that very comfortable voice holding you saying, it's going to be okay. Doesn't care how good you are, just loves you. Just loves you no matter how messed up you are in life. That's that voice that we all love. This other voice that we walk very far away from is a voice saying, hey man, you're not working your butt off hard enough.
95% of our decisions are made by how you feel in the moment. And that is the problem. Do you feel like getting up? No. Do you feel like making that cold call? No, you don't. Do you feel like doing that third set of reps? No, you don't. We make decisions based on our feelings, and that is robbing you of joy and opportunity.